Happy Monday. So I had such a positive experience using the archetype deck that I thought we'd do it again and see what we get, because I really feel like I gave out a lot of information. Hi, by the way, welcome to Intuitive Goddess Tarot 911. I'm Jenny, and I should use as a disclaimer that I do swear, so not a lot, but if you don't like that, it's probably going to bother you. So let's get into it. Let me find the forest. I saved these so I could look at them. Okay. All right. So the message I was getting today was about the truth again. So we're just going to see what comes out in the cards. So the first card is the forest. So it says magic abounds, childlike wonder, adventure. So I don't know, I've been feeling very happy lately, like I was when I was a kid. So maybe it has something to do with that. If you get out in the forest without feeling lost, you are only in a little grove of trees. The great archetype forest requires we spend at least one night frightened for our lives. Well, I've spent a lot of time in the woods frightened, but it wasn't overnight. It says the hunter, the maiden, the crone, and the shaman make regular appearances in the forest. Don't be surprised if these cards come up together. Let the narrative reveal itself. So we didn't get any of those other cards. So let's see. It says, consider for a moment your earliest memory of the forest. It's likely it's included all the mythic dynamics of this archetype space. A little fear, a little enchantment, perhaps losing your way, perhaps discovering a secret mystical treasure. Such is the magic of the forest. It requires first that you enter it, and then that you get lost within it. You may think there is a path to lead you straight through, but soon enough, you will be on what is known as the pathless path. There are tricksters here, dense foliage and entanglements, but equally present are the glimmers of the fairy light and friends among the trees. You're on an adventure now, and there's no turning back. So embrace the dim light, the moving shadows, whether literal or imaginary. Brave the forest and get lost while getting found. Oh, I love that. So I feel like for those of you that are on a spiritual journey, or you're finding yourself maybe, I don't know why this is coming to me, but like after a divorce or after leaving a certain religion, possibly a cult of some sort, which religion can be a cult in its own way. So I feel like you have wandered into the forest, and some of you are still there. Some of you are finding your way out. But on the other side, I feel like, well, let me say this. Let me just say that I feel like we all get lost in our lives. Like, there are so many times when I remember not knowing what direction to go in. Literally just feeling like there was no help in the world. But I feel like I gave into it, and every time I feel that way, I always give it up to the universe, because that's my church. The forest is my church. The nature is my church. So when I'm feeling like I have no idea what the answer is, I go and put my hands on the ground. So maybe that's a message for somebody. Let's see what the ocean says. So the ocean It says, deeper than deep, big dreams discovery. So study waves, touch their surface, get in the water. No matter where you live, each drop is part of a whole ocean in every tear. Wow, that's beautiful. And then it says, the ocean displays every emotion without shame. To witness its glassy moonlight surface and its unforgiving storms is to know the full spectrum of the human experience. And I do agree with that. I feel like, for one, standing by the ocean and experiencing the vastness allows you to realize that there are greater things other than ourselves, right? So it says, the power of the ocean is unmatched. To step into its salty waters is to step into the unknown by its sheer volume. The ocean represents the unconscious. Wow. All that is beyond our understanding. We cannot live within the ocean. We cannot claim it, manage it, or own it. It rejects our every attempt to dominate nature. Yet, amid its overwhelming power, it calls to us, inspires us, and invigorates us on the land. It dissolves the little us into the big us. When the energy of the ocean is present, there is change stirring that is beyond any change you've known before. The ego must dissolve. The saline swells work on your very cells, your fibers, your deepest underlying beliefs. Like Aphrodite, we rise from the ocean, froth as new beings. Life is changed. Let the waves crash. So I'm getting a couple of things. I usually frequently take spiritual baths just to cleanse myself and to get all the negative gook off me, because, and I said this yesterday during a reading, I feel like if you're an empath, that gook walks around with you. So it's like having gum on your shoe and you don't even know it's there. So if you don't get rid of it, you're going to always feel like you've got like a monkey on your back. So let me just look at this card. So it looks like there's an eyeball in the middle of the ocean. And to me, that says, you know, we don't, a lot of times we're too busy like being strong, not allowing ourselves to give in to necessary emotions. And we all need to. You need to experience a plethora of emotions in order to function on an emotional level. So I feel like maybe for someone, maybe you need a spiritual bath. Maybe you need to cry. Or maybe you just need to go and put your hands in the water, river, ocean. It doesn't really matter. But I feel like the connection to it brings you back, almost snaps you back into a reality that you may have lost by dealing with everyday stressors. And that's why, like, we all want to go to the ocean, right? Because when we go there, its vastness, the deep water that really represents the deepness of our conscience as well. We're allowed to let go of that for 5 minutes. So this could be a specific message for somebody. Let's look at the mystic. That's the other one. All right. So the mystic, it says remover of darkness, visionary, ageless. That's really interesting. It may seem that the mystic is inward facing, yet its light beams back to the world with the strength of 1,000 stars. Like the light worker, the mystic must build a relationship with fire that begins by awakening the inner flame or tapas within. Yes, I agree with that. So I feel like this is a specific message for someone. When I meditate, I picture a fire inside my belly that I picture illuminating. It's like when the sun shines through the clouds. I picture it radiating through my whole body and coming out up my throat chakra and then out my crown chakra. And I feel like it's a form of cleansing for myself, but it's also a form of empowerment. So maybe meditation could be significant. On this mystic card, there's a moth, which I love. And the moth has a fireball in the center of it. So, and there's an eyeball above it. So I feel like there's a message about not being drawn like a moth to the flame, and to look at things clearly, to see the truth. The truth is what I kept getting again today. I don't know why it's resonating, but that might be for somebody. The other thing is you could be transforming. We all are, literally every day. If you're interested in growth, we're all transforming, we're all learning. So you could be really coming out of your, what do they call it, a cocoon, and birthing yourself. Let's see what else it says. So it says, the mystic is often misunderstood in our culture, depicted as a wanderer or light-hearted daydreamer. Yet, like Shiva, the true mystic plays a critical role in society, remaining fearlessly dedicated to the path of transformation. In order to save the earth from darkness, Shiva swallows the poison of the world and holds it in his throat, slowly transmuting the liquid into nectar. This is the work of the mystic. They do not fear darkness, but rather sit in the presence of it. Harness the potential and latent energy behind it and embedded in the light. They are patient and prudent change makers, seeking growth above all else. Unanswered questions are the mystic's lifeblood. The mystic revels in the mystery, in the great riddle of life, dancing with the forces of light and dark upon its wings. Yeah, I consider myself to be a mystic. I always have. Gypsy, mystic, freak, whatever you want to call me. But yeah, I definitely feel like there's some growth, some serious growth happening here. Just with wandering into the forest and getting lost. And then, obviously you could be getting lost in the ocean. I don't recommend that. But then birthing yourself out of a cocoon. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. Let's see what the self says. So witnessing, accepting new aspects of yourself. Maybe that's it. Maybe you're to the point where you're done trying to make yourself fit into a box. You're done fitting into the cube. You're done letting people put you in the cube. You are going to be your own person, and that's just what it is. If this card is perplexing for you, you are on the right track. It challenges us to expand our sense of identity beyond the little self. And the ego resists such movement. Yeah, because you have to leave your ego behind to do that, I feel like. It's no surprise that 2 central mantras in the yoga traditional concern themselves with the self-experiment, with Soham, I am that, and Satnam, true identity. Yeah, so I feel like whoever you are, you're trying to figure out if you are you the stew or are you the chef? You know, are you going to allow people to direct you in a way that they think that you should go? I want to look at what's on the bottom of this just to see. The heart. So I feel like your heart chakra could be opening, and it could be opening in such a way that it's for you. And it's interesting. I have this other deck that's just sitting here. It's a clarifier deck. And the 2 top cards are moth and butterfly. So you're going through a transformation. And I don't know what that means for you, whether that's, you know, changing your body type, your, you know, changing into the person that you want to be. And it doesn't matter how you're doing it, but butterflies and moths are magical. So let's see. And every time, I mean, it's almost like when women give birth to children, right? Most of the time it goes right. Sometimes it doesn't, but when it goes perfectly, every cell you've built with your own body. You've made a child. You've made a person. And I don't think there's anything more magical than that. So let's get a few cards. I don't want this to be super long. So let's see. Let's clarify the forest. People want you to be burdened. Keep going. Yes, I wholeheartedly believe that. I believe that, especially if you're on a spiritual journey, there's a lot of people, a lot of haters out there when it comes to that, unfortunately. Call your power back to your body. Yes. If you are giving out your power to useless, pointless endeavors, pointless relationships, and I've actually just learned this year, and I have ended a lot of pointless relationships in my life, and it's been difficult. I'm not going to say that it hasn't been, but if you're meant to be along for the ride, then you will be. But if you're in a one-sided relationship where you don't feel like you're getting anything back, call your power back. You don't need to be handing your power out to people that don't deserve it. Clarify the mystic. I'm not fully healed. You triggered me. Oh, I'm sure you're triggering people all over the place. It's probably left and right and left and right. It's probably all the time. The self. Your rejection was your protection. I totally agree with that. There's nothing clearer than when the universe pulls someone out of your life that you've been holding on to forever, and the universe is like, Bitch, what the fuck are you doing over there? I've been sending you signs. There's lots of signs. Are you paying attention? How many signs do I have to give you to let you know that this situation or this person isn't good for you? So then the universe yanks them out. And then you're not dealing with them anymore. And it is your protection. It's for your protection. Read the signs. Your intuition isn't lying. See, this is what I'm saying. The universe has a way of trying to tell us where we're supposed to be going, but we're notoriously good at ignoring those messages and just being like, did you really mean to tell me that? I don't think you did. There's jealousy around you. I bet there is, because I bet you're a bad bitch. And that's what happens. It's inevitable. Energetic poison. Exactly. That's all I'm saying is there are some people that they're energy vampires. They're life force suckers. It's like they come around you just to pull your energy out of your body. And then they must transmute it, even though I don't think they probably know how they're doing that. But that drives me crazy. Unconditional love. Yeah, I feel like that's what you're showing to yourself. You're not taking any shit. Negative Nancy or Karen. Exactly. There's going to be a lot of those along your spiritual path or along any path, your life path, your path to wherever you're going. There's going to be people who are going to be negative. And I used to be the type of person that would get mad and pissed and like really tell people off. And I don't do that anymore. My response is my silence. And if I have something to say to you, then you know it really had to be said. Otherwise, I would just walk away and call it a day. I am done like playing with people. I can't do it anymore. Virgo, that's me. You have goddess energy. I feel like we all do. We just have to learn how to harness it and use it and stop giving it away from people who are energetically poison and that are trying to suck the life out of us. Don't think I don't want you because I do. Oh, God. Okay, so somebody wants you. I can't blame them, right? You're going on your journey into the forest. You're a mystic. I mean, accept it is what it is. I agree with that. People wanted you to struggle. I wholeheartedly believe with that. My last 10 years has been, and I'm not going to name names, but it's been multiple people who wanted me in the dirt. Like laying on the ground dead, I swear to God. And, you know, I don't talk about it because I feel like I'm the bigger person. I don't need to put it out into the universe, but there's been so many people that have wanted me to struggle. And you can't kill me. I'm like a fucking cat. So, and I'm sure you guys are too if you're watching this channel. So just keep that in mind. Keep your 9 lives. You quite literally thrive under pressure. I agree with that. I feel like, and not that this is a gender channel, but I feel like as women we do that. But anybody can. Like, you know, if you're a masculine, if you're a feminine, if you're non-binary, you know, anybody can be a badass and thrive under pressure. Your enemies are walking on eggshells. I'm sure they are, because you're not hiding anymore. You've walked through the forest. You've stood by the ocean. You are cracking out of a freaking cocoon. So, it's judgment time, people. Let's just, you know, see who's on the right side of it and see who the karma bus. Let's see who's, you know, getting picked up. That's all I'm going to say. Emperor energy. Your enemies are playing the victim. Oh, yeah. People in my past are famous for playing the victim. And it's pretty hilarious to watch. And I don't say anything. If they want to hang out, being like, oh, you did this or you did that. Oh, whatever. Okay. Small violin coming at you. Someone is throwing rocks and hiding their hands. Fuck yes. Yes. I feel like cowards do this. They can't come up to you and tell you how they're feeling. No. They've got to go behind your back, talk to this person. Maybe they launch a smear campaign. You know, they'll do whatever they have to do, blah, blah, blah. I just let them talk. You know, it is what it is. I don't have the energy for it, and I don't give a shit about it. People want you in the hangman position. Oh my God. Yes. Yes, they do. And you are the key to your success. All right. We are going to draw some tarot. And we're going to see what we get. We're going to see if we're lucky again tonight. We get all those good cards. I feel like it's going to be good. Just considering this spread, I mean, it's obvious whoever you are, you're pulling back your energy from people who don't deserve it. You're on your path, whatever that means for you. And you're showing yourself so much unconditional love that you're birthing out of a cocoon. I don't know how clearer it can be. So I just want to see if this is in the upright. Okay. The Emperor. Yes. Yesterday was the Empress and Temperance. Today it's the Emperor. Yes. Okay. Embody your masculine energy. Be the person in authority. You're in control of your own life. Good job. Four of Pentacles. Boundaries, limits. Yes. You are putting up boundaries to people and you're not holding back. And it doesn't matter whether they're possessive of you or whatever the situation is. You don't care. Nine of Pentacles. Efforts and success, achievement, independence, self-sufficiency. Yes. You are achieving these. If you haven't already done it, I know you're on your way. You know, this person is smelling the roses. She looks happy. She looks like she doesn't give a crap about what's going on through here. Seven of Pentacles. Harvest, rewards, results, growth, progress, patience, planning, and focus. Yes, you're planning your future. Ace of Wands. Creativity, passion, new initiative, inspiration. Knight of Cups. So I feel like there could be someone coming towards you who may be a love bomber, for lack of a better word. So just keep an eye out for that. I mean, you're in your Emperor energy, so I'm not worried, but, you know, just keep an eye out. And then Page of Cups. Dreamer, naive, inner child, head in the clouds. Yeah, you should have your head in the clouds. I mean, obviously keep your feet on the ground, but, you know, allow yourself to enjoy your life. Have a glass of wine. Be up in the clouds. Do what makes you happy. Five of Cups. People are disappointed. Very disappointed. They're in their feelings. They're feeling the loss. They're feeling grief. The Tower. You are going to be people's tower. And you may not even know it. Is the magical part. Is by pulling back your energy from people who don't deserve it, it's going to cause them to look at themselves closer and once they do that, they may not like what they see. All right, let's get one final card here. So this one is calling my name. So deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. Exactly. Energy doesn't lie. It never does. People lie. Animals don't lie. If they don't like you, you're going to know it. Yeah. And this woman is surrounded by butterflies. So I feel like in the era of transformation, here we are again, you know. You're coming out of this. You're going to fly. And it doesn't matter what anybody tries to say or do to you. You know the answer. That's all that matters. Well, I hope this was helpful. It was for me. It is every time. But, you know, congratulations again. I know last night was like a big night for, you know, healers. And I feel like this is another healer / mystic reading. And whoever you guys are, keep up the badassery, you know. Use that masculine energy if you need to. And just, you know, just keep being yourself. I think that's like the key thing in all of this. And I don't know if I said it before. I'm going to ruin this, but whatever. The self. You can't go wrong when you are yourself, because you're not setting up illusions, delusions, anything for other people. You're showing up as you. So there's not going to be any question about, you know, are you getting a lemon? Someone getting a lemon. Anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful Monday, and I will be back with another reading. But as usual, I love you guys so much. I'm here for you, and, you know, just keep being amazing.